Hi, and welcome to Blueprints to Buildings podcast. I'm your host, Glenn Palmer, and on this show, we interview the movers and shakers in the world of property and property development and real estate. So, this show is brought to you by a breakthrough in PropTech. It's a visual platform that some developers are quietly using to cut 11% off build costs and sell units before the first brick has been laid. It's already replacing traditional 3D models completely. If you want to know how, drop me a message on LinkedIn at Glenn Palmer Secure or check out the show notes below. Now, today's guest is Darrell South, who is a definition of a connector, a Dallas Fort Worth native who's turned hard earned lessons into a mission to educate and empower every single client that he serves. From his early days in lending to more than 2 decades in real estate, Darrell's career has been helping families build stability and wealth the right way. Darrell, it's a warm welcome to the show. Really great to have you here. And
Thank you, Glenn.
yeah, let's dive in. So, if travel became a reality and you had a chance to go back in time to when you first started your career, what advice would the person you are now actually tell your younger self?
Build my database and manage it well. Keep in touch
Yeah,
with everybody in there, put everybody in there.
yeah. Yeah, connections, like we were saying before we started, is crucial. Getting your name out there, getting them connections, building your relationships is probably one of the best things that I can give. But yeah, 100% agree where you've come from there, Darrell. Yeah, get your connections, build it, nurture it. So
Yep.
you,
Nurture, the
yeah.
big thing.
You said, losing your corporate job in 2001 and one was the sort of push that led you into real estate. So looking back, what mindset shift did that moment spark? And how was it that it shaped the way you guide clients through these uncertain markets as we now are facing ourselves in?
Part of what it did, I remember when my dad was in the corporate world, worked there 27 years, they cut his pension. So I already had built in my mind, by the time I'm 40, I'm going to be doing something new, managing people or have my own business. Well, I turned 40, got laid off.
Wow.
It's time to leave the corporate world. Said, okay, I have to make this work because I'm not going to let anybody else fire me again.
Yeah, yeah. So
So
how
that's,
was it must have been quite daunting going from that corporate, paycheck to paycheck, knowing that, you've got that sort of buffer to then go into your own business thinking, I've got to make this work because if I don't make this work, I don't have food on the table.
well, I'd saved 25% of my income as an engineer. So,
Right.
and my wife was working, our daughter was 6 months old. All that
Wow.
happened when I got laid off. So I was Mr. Mom at night and trying to figure it out during the day.
Well, honestly, I take my hat off to you, Darrell. So your idea about helping non-profits tap into property donations, I find quite fascinating, to be honest. How did you come about that? And what was the biggest
Well,
barrier keeping charities from exploring those
I
opportunities?
met a lady because I'm connected with a lot of people on Facebook and just in general.
Yeah,
And she had started a company that specializes in helping nonprofits that can't handle real estate donations. They only can have cash, so have a third party company that helps dispose of it.
yeah. And that's
And
how
the
it all.
biggest thing is finding people that understand that, hey, it's not just you can't really give real estate directly. So, but they want to give something, and we try and find people that, hey, Aunt Susie left me this condo and I really don't want to deal with it. And this way
Yeah,
they get to sell it, they can get a charitable deduction, make donations to one or however many charities they have.
that's
It's
fantastic.
getting the word out to everybody that that's available. That's the biggest
Yeah.
challenge.
And how do you use that? I'm assuming you use like Facebook and LinkedIn
Oh,
and
yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
word of mouth,
yeah,
video.
yeah. Oh, brilliant. I mean, I think that's fantastic, Darrell, honestly. So you talk a lot about teaching clients not just closing deals, but what's the one thing you wish every first-time buyer or seller understood about the process before they ever sign the contract?
Well,
If there was
like
one.
I'll go back to me when I bought my first house. I bought it from my dad's boss. I had no
Yeah.
agent. I went and bought the house, and it's like, oh, I guess I have to find someone to give me a loan. So I went to a lender. And then at Christmas that year, I get a notice, oh, you have an escrow shortage. It's like, well, what's that mean? The lender didn't escrow for city property taxes. So the thing I would want most home buyers or home sellers to know is you need to get with an agent that knows what they're doing.
Mm,
Not somebody that just graduated from real estate school. Real estate school teaches one thing, a contract. You need
yeah.
someone that's had boots on the ground, somebody that owns a home and has been through the process,
Yeah.
has
And
connected
knows them
with
little
lenders,
nuances.
title companies, inspectors, everybody that you need.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, you need someone that to take you and guide you through those tiny little nuances like you said.
You need somebody that cares too,
Mm,
because many agents, they care about one thing, that's getting paid.
yeah.
I get paid for what I'm doing, but I'm there to make sure that the person has the least stressful journey as possible because buying a home is not easy.
Yeah.
It's stressful,
And
especially
you know
if
what?
you do.
Why not have both? Why not be compassionate? Why not, you're going to get paid, but
Right.
just at the end of the day, I think, kindness goes a long way with me. And if someone was kind and upfront and, took me by the hand and showed me, this is the way, this is how you do things, it's not going to cost you much, you
Right.
know. So yeah, I
Well,
agree.
and I tell people I'm not everybody's agent because I'm a straight shooter. I tell them at the beginning, you may not, if you like a straight shooter, that's me. If you want somebody to tell you what you want to hear, let's go ahead and part as friends. I wish you well.
Yeah, yeah. So you've
Because I
lived in.
lose, I turn away deals. I actually turn away sellers.
I think
I'll
that's a
meet
great
them and I'll
ethos to
say,
have.
this is this is how I work. This is what I do. And by the way, your house is worth this, not what you're telling me. And
Yeah.
here's why. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, well,
So be
leave
it.
well.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
call someone else and I'll be showing your property when you drop the price by $75,000.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you've lived in Dallas Fort Worth for over 50 years now, and you pride yourself on connecting people,
Oh,
not
oh
just the
yeah.
homes, but to the mechanics, the
Yep.
handymen, and everything in between. So what's the value of being that go-to guy in the industry that is, increasingly digital nowadays?
Well, I mean, for people that are new to the area, or maybe people that have lived here a long time and they just aren't connected with things, being digital too, my face gets out there. I get connections from people just because they see me.
Mm,
And the
yeah.
digital world is less personal, but I make try to make the digital connection a personal one. So,
Yeah. So, moving on from that, you built your brand on trust and local relationships.
yep,
But obviously, technology can amplify that human touch when it's used right.
right.
So, if you could visually walk your clients or, even donors through the property's potential in 3D, before like a single nail is hammered, how do you see that kind of immersive storytelling helping your mission of education and connection?
That would be a big plus.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that'd be a big plus. It adds another dimension
Yeah. So
to
yeah,
to the
I think that
process.
the visualization tools that are available nowadays is phenomenal. I think that a lot of people do struggle with the visualization aspect of things.
They do,
Um, and now it's, nowadays you look at it and, you can be selling properties to people from all over the world, which really
and
opens it up.
I have clients from Australia,
Yeah.
Canadian
So,
clients that are closing with me
yeah.
here very
So,
soon. So.
yeah, yeah. So I can see how that could definitely help. So pretty much Thank you very much, Darrell. That's it for today's show. Absolutely a pleasure having you on the show. Enjoyed the conversation, and it's been quite enlightening. I love your ethos on how you help people, and you are more of a natural salesman than you've got to get the deal over the line.
Oh,
You really care about
yeah.
your clients. So, you know, thanks again for being here.
And thanks for having me on.
You are more than welcome. Massive thanks to the listeners. But Darrell, just before we close, if listeners want to get in contact with you and learn about what you offer, what's the best way for listeners to do that?
The best way
Yeah,
is they can find me on YouTube at Darrell Sells Dallas.
there you go.
Got
Darrell
all
Sales
my
Dallas.
contact information there, or they can call me at 469-438-5943.
Excellent.
I don't always answer, but I respond quickly. I text, video text, and call all the time. So
Oh, brilliant. Thank you very much, Darrell. And for everybody else out there, if you're still wondering about that prop tech thing I mentioned at the start, good. You should be. Drop me a message and I'll show you what the early adopters are up to. Thanks for tuning in to Blueprints to Buildings. I'm your host, Glenn Palmer. I was joined by Darrell Self, and I will see you in the next episode.